Hello everyone, today we'll be talking about the new Psycube, the Carat of a Heart. We'll be discussing what this Psycube does, who is it good for, and is it even worth building in the first place. So with that, let's jump right into the video. So first things first, let's talk about what the stats are. As we see for the stats, they give pretty good HP and attack. They also have, the same amount of defense for both mental and reality damage. As we see here, it also gives you up to 16% at level 60 crit rate, which could be a really good thing depending on if you have a crit style character, and it's good for crit people. Now the next thing we should be looking at is the amplification. So at level 1, when the round ends, if the carrier gains at least 3 moxie in the round, when casting the next ultimate, the ultimate might equals +8. If the carrier gains at least 4 moxie in a round, this effect is increased to 12%, and when you basically continue amplifying it, it goes up to having 3 moxie equals 16%, and having 4 moxie is 24%, which is a pretty big substantial increase in your ultimate might. Ultimate might meaning how much your ultimate does damage wise. So you want to put these on damage type ultimates or characters that you ultimate a lot with, or if you notice that you basically combined cards, so then you can basically get a certain character's ultimate as fast as you can, possibly this could be a good card for them. So the next thing to talk about is who exactly this Psycube works with. And the first person I want to talk about is unit that this Psycube is basically built for, and that is none other than Shaman. He'll be coming out by the time I'm recording this 6 to 5 days. So the main reason why this Psycube is built for him is because in his kit you can basically use an attack ability and build up stacks, and after using an ult you can gain up to 5 stacks of moxie, which would keep the passive of the Psycube active theoretically 100% of the time. That's kind of how you want to play with him. Other characters who can use him is Melania, seeing as she steals moxie from the enemy and wants to ult as much as she can, and sometimes depending on what level she's in or who she's facing, she can steal probably like 2 to 3 moxie, and if you're moving cards and selecting cards for her, she'll probably get 4 moxie back. And because of that, her kit allows her an easier time to keep up the passive that the Psycube has, which depending on if you find that necessary, and if you don't have her signature Psycube that came with her when she released, and I think back in 1.1. Other characters it might be useful for are Centurion, Bana, I think that's her name, Lilia, and Regulus. As we see here, all of these units either want to use their ultimate as often as possible or have moxie stealing / earning in their kit. Those are the main reasons, Centurion has either moxie stealing or earning. With Lilia and Regulus, you want to be ulting as much as possible with them. That's basically where a good chunk of their damage comes from. But with that, last thing we will talk about is it even worth building up this Psycube? And honestly, unless you have Shaman or are planning on pulling and building Shaman, or want to build a crit Melania, I wouldn't say that it isn't a must build Psycube. And also doing a little bit of research on the Psycube, it says that to make the passive on the Psycube really worth it, you should enhance it to at least level 2. That's kind of what CN is saying. So not only would you have to level up the Psycube, you would also probably have to buy an amplification for it, just so you can as we see here, to make it go up a little bit more, which I don't know the percentages at level 2. It only really shows me level 1 to level 5, but what I'm hearing is that level 2 is kind of what makes this passive worth it of the ultimate might at +8 and +12, which will be slightly more when you amplify it. So it seems like it's more expensive to build and not the most flexible Psycube that most units can keep the passive active the whole time. Like I said, the two main ones who can, as of now, can really utilize this passive is Shaman and Melania. The other ones can work, but then you're not guaranteed to have the highest ultimate might by gaining 4 moxie every round. It's not a reliable Psycube like the other other DPS Psycubes can give you. All you need to do is ult and it'll give you better damage, or if you use a certain amount of cards, it'll give you more ultimate might. Like there's other cards that I feel like are better. One of the ones, as we see here, is Brave New World. After a caster casts an ultimate, the incantation might of the next incantation is 20%, basically meaning when you ult, the next time you do a damaged ability, it will give you 20% more damage. And if you have characters that not only have good ult, but their abilities do a good size of damage, having Brave New World, which fits for a lot more DPS over the Carat of the Heart, I find to be slightly more better and more easier for usage. And not only that, you are getting 20%, and when you amplify it to level 5 you get 40%. So just starting off the gate, especially if you're new, or you just don't have enough resources, or you're trying to figure out what you want to put more of your resources in, and you just want to have a decent Psycube that's good from the start, or generic DPS that multiple DPS units can use, I would say Brave New World over the Carat of a Heart, just because, like I said, it's cheaper and it's just a lot easier for you to use the amplification, because you're gonna use your ultimate, and the next time you use a regular attack it gives you 20%, and when you amplify it to level 40 it gives you 40%. So I would say this is pretty good. So with that, do you plan on pulling the Carat of the Heart? I myself will hold off probably from building it unless I decide to pull for Shaman and build them up. I would definitely love to hear you guys in the comments. Let me know if you guys plan on building it. Have you already built it? Have you built it? Have you been using it on other characters, and has it been working well for other units I haven't listed? But with that, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope to see you guys again. If you guys can please follow, like, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. And with that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.